Welcome to a Gorgeous Knits tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to purl. What you need are a pair of knitting needles and some yarn. Okay, to get started, I've already made a simple swatch here with a few rows of purl stitches. And what you're going to do to continue or to get started working your purl stitches is you're going to take your needle that has your yarn on it in your left hand. And you're going to take your other needle, your empty needle, in your right hand. Scooch your stitches forward a little so that they're towards the edge of the point of your left hand needle. I like to hold my left hand needle between my thumb and my middle finger mostly. So my pointer finger is free to move the stitches on and off the needle. Okay. So to purl with the working yarn held in front, and the working yarn is the yarn that is attached to your ball of yarn. What you're going to do is you're going to take your right hand needle and you're going to insert it from the back to the front of the first stitch. So come closer, and so you're going to go in from back to front so that it looks like this. So you're crisscrossing your two needles inside that first stitch. So if I turn it, they basically look like this. I'm going to do that again. So back to front inside the first stitch, like this. Okay. And then I like to hold the two needles together between my thumb and my pointer. And I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to grab that working yarn. Excuse the tail over here. We don't want that one. We want the working yarn, again, that's attached to the ball. And again, the working yarn is in the front of the right hand needle, not to be confused with the knit stitch when it's held in the back. To purl, the yarn is in the front. Okay, so insert. And I'm just going to take my working yarn, get my hands out of the way, and I'm basically holding that first stitch in place on both needles with my thumb and my pointer finger. And what you're going to do is take that working yarn and you're going to wrap it around the right hand needle. I'll do that again in an angle so you can see what I'm doing. Take your working yarn that's in your right hand and wrap it around the right needle, counterclockwise. And you're going to then, there, like this. You're going to then take your right hand needle and that working yarn, and you're going to pull it back through that first stitch that's on your left. Like this. I'm using my thumb to kind of push the right hand needle back through, and then you just slide that stitch off from your left because now it's on your right. Let's do that again. The first one on the edge is always a little bit tricky because everything is a little bit more loose. So let's do this again. So scooch your needle that's on your left hand side a little bit towards the tip of your needle. Take the right hand needle and insert from back to front. Take your working yarn, wrap it around the right hand needle, and you're going to pull it back through. Okay, so in front here, this is the stitch that's still on the left hand needle. And on the right hand needle, turn this. This is the new stitch that you just made. Okay, so you're going to push the stitch that's on the left hand off. because you're going from left to right. Let's do this again. Back to front. Wrap. Pull through and slide off. Okay. And then you just repeat this over and over for each stitch until the end of your row. And once you get to the end of the row, you're going to turn your work and you're just going to repeat again. So I'm going to continue purling across, and I'll meet you back here when I get to the end of the row, and I'll show you what I mean by turning your work. Okay, so I've reached the end of my row. I have 2 stitches left, so I'm almost there. So I'm just going to purl these 2 quick, and then I'll show you what I mean by purling and turning your work. Okay, so now all of my stitches are on my right hand needle, and my left hand needle is now the empty needle. So to turn your work, what you basically are going to do, very simple. The working yarn right now is pointing towards the left. You need it towards the right. So you're going to take this needle with all your work on it and all your stitches on it, and you're just going to turn it around, just like that. So it was like this, and you're just going to turn it around. So now your working yarn is back, that it's pointing towards the right. And you're just going to repeat the purl stitch again and again, and you're just going to do that to the end of the row, turn your work, and then continue making another row. And that's how you purl. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.